Archangel Michael says, a veil has been lifted in the spirit realm, and your home glows brighter than ever before. But that very light has drawn eyes toward you, eyes not meant to watch, but to take. What began as mere glances from your neighbors has turned into a silent, coordinated observation. They're not just watching, they're waiting. Timing something. And the energy around their property has shifted, thick with whispers and unsaid intentions. What you thought were friendly smiles were masks of curiosity and jealousy. They have seen too much, heard too much, and now they are discussing what to do with what they know. But heaven has intercepted their motives before they became movements. You were meant to find this message today. This is your confirmation. Not everything around you is as calm as it looks. Type Amen to get blessing 333. A strange pattern began the moment you started receiving unexpected mail and strange knocks at odd hours. Someone near your house noticed when packages came and when they disappeared without being touched. They watched to see who came to visit and how long they stayed. You're being studied like a case. Your routines are memorized. They know when you leave and when your lights go off. This is deeper than curiosity, it's surveillance wrapped in secrecy. Someone in your neighborhood made you the topic of discussion at more than one table. They keep returning to the same question behind closed doors: how does this person keep getting so blessed? Type Amen to get blessing 777. Archangel Michael says, there are whispers growing louder in your block, and it's not your imagination. One neighbor passed a message to another using a common errand as a disguise. A simple walk became a moment of information transfer. They are not watching alone. Someone even went as far as using someone close to you to report back details. That's how much they want access to your business. So badly that they sent someone into your circle pretending to be interested in you. Their intention is to unlock what you've locked tight. What you speak in your house is somehow reaching beyond your walls. And it's not by magic, it's by manipulation. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Your strength intimidates people who feel powerless in their own lives. Your victories feel like reminders of their own lack. Instead of self-improvement, they've chosen envy. Someone recently praised you but then twisted your words when they spoke to another neighbor. That's how they've built a narrative. A fake one. They're working overtime trying to get evidence on you, photos, screenshots, even audio. But they don't know the divine eye is on them now. Heaven has started to reveal their intentions to those you trust. Type Amen to get blessing 222. One neighbor who used to keep their distance is now overly friendly. Notice the shift? It's not coincidence. There was a meeting recently. Not official, not obvious. Just a casual sit-down in a garden, a few chairs, coffee, and your name mentioned more than once. They shared their theories. Their suspicions. And one person in that group suggested doing something that would cross the line. There's a woman among them who pretends to adore you. But behind her garden fence, she's the root of the venom. She envies what you've overcome. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Archangel Michael says, do not be afraid, but be aware. God's presence in your home is increasing, and as the light expands, so does the attention. This isn't random, it's spiritual magnetism. A few days ago, one of them took a photo of your entrance. Another took note of your car number plate. They are compiling things, not out of admiration, but with a plan forming behind it. Even when you laugh inside your house, someone's ears are burning. They take notes on when you seem happy, when you cry, when visitors lift your mood. What used to be silent glances have turned into quiet tracking. But heaven is not sleeping. A divine reversal is about to happen. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They once said you wouldn't make it. Now they're obsessed with how you did. What they don't understand, they want to dismantle. They can't comprehend the source of your peace. It drives them mad that you don't need validation from the same system they depend on. That's why one of them even tried sending someone to offer you fake help. Someone offered to run errands for you, to do you a favor. But it was a way to get closer to your routine. A trap masked as kindness. But you were divinely shielded. You said no without even knowing why, and that no saved you. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Your front door holds more secrets than you know. That's why lately, someone walks slower in front of your house. Pretending to be on the phone. But they're not. They look for signs, packages, shadows through curtains, sounds of conversations. They're trying to read you through your surroundings. A neighbor who rarely spoke to you suddenly knows too much. They commented on your clothes, your deliveries, your relatives. They shouldn't know that much. You felt a chill in your stomach after one conversation. That was spiritual warning. Trust it. Type Amen to get blessing 808. A voice from heaven has already begun to rearrange things. The plan they were forming has been intercepted. What was supposed to take place in secret is now being exposed. One of them dropped a piece of paper recently. It wasn't just a receipt. It had notes, handwritten. With your name. The most dangerous one is not loud. It's the one who smiles politely, then passes your every movement into a private group chat. Yes, a group that speaks about you. But something went wrong in their chat. Someone accidentally sent something to the wrong person, and now it's unraveling. Type Amen to get blessing 101. Your name is spoken with heat by people who live 3 doors down. One of them visited someone in authority and brought your name up under fake concern. They tried to frame you as suspicious. But Archangel Michael says, the divine court has already dismissed their accusation. No case formed against you will stand. No trap will be completed. They've peeked into your peace and want to replicate it, but without doing the inner work. Instead of rising, they want to pull you down. They've even tried to create small annoyances, hoping to disrupt your daily energy. But God's energy around you is stronger. Type Amen to get blessing 606. Their obsession has now become a weakness. What they tried to use against you is exposing them. A divine leak is about to occur. They will try to apologize soon. But you will know it is not real. They're panicking because the divine fire has started burning their secrets. One neighbor is afraid now. They heard a strange sound at night, right outside their bedroom. It was not human. It was a warning. Type Amen to get blessing 373. Heaven is responding quicker than ever before. And you, yes, you, are being lifted to a new stage where no evil plan can reach. Someone who once laughed at your progress will now find themselves needing your help. God's mercy is still at work, but your discernment is rising like lightning. That neighbor who asked about your work, they didn't care about your job. They wanted to know your income. But what they failed to realize is, you are not where your blessings come from. The source is untouchable. Type Amen to get blessing 717. Archangel Michael says, the shadows near your neighborhood will scatter. The time for concealment is ending. Eyes that looked at you with envy will soon look away in regret. Heaven's judgment will be fair but swift. A barrier is forming now. Anyone who tries to step into your space without pure intentions will feel spiritual discomfort. One of them already started to feel uneasy near your home. That was the first sign. They even asked another neighbor if your place was cleansed. Yes, it is, by fire and favor. Type Amen to get blessing 909. Something was placed under a potted plant near your gate. You didn't know it. But heaven did. A neighbor involved in that act thought you'd never find out. But a bird landed on that plant unusually the next day, and since then, something in the atmosphere changed. That wasn't random. That was your sign. Now the winds are blowing their intentions back at them. They cannot stop what's coming for you. Type Amen to get blessing 191. Their eyes will no longer have access to your soul. Your spiritual walls are rising, fortified by unseen hands. You will walk outside soon and notice it feels clearer. That's because the fog of their intentions is being swept out. One of them will get exposed in the group they created. Screenshots will leak. And when you hear about it, smile, because heaven had your back all along. A door will open for you this week that they never saw coming. Something big. Type Amen to get blessing 313. Your house will soon be filled with peace so deep, it will become uncomfortable for those who don't carry love. Only the true will be able to sit in your space without trembling. What was said in whispers will be shouted in justice. And what they tried to label you as will reverse and stick to them. Every cursed glance, every jealous word, every evil gaze, they're returning to sender. You are not alone. You are divinely monitored, spiritually protected, and already rising. Type Amen to get blessing 505. The energy of your home has now become like a fire to their schemes. Every time they try to come closer, something disturbs them. Either their technology fails, their body reacts, or their mind becomes clouded. One neighbor has begun to feel sharp headaches whenever they try to think about you with bad intentions. That's not coincidence. That's spiritual consequence. They've realized that there is a boundary they cannot cross, but pride is keeping them from stopping. Instead, they are looking for loopholes. Type Amen to get blessing 737. They may change tactics. Instead of direct spying, they will try to disguise themselves as supporters. Be very aware of sudden kindness that feels forced. You'll recognize them because their compliments won't match the expressions on their faces. Their eyes will say what their mouths are trying to hide. Watch the face. Heaven says the face never lies. You're not being paranoid. You're being awakened. These are divine signals. And you are responding. Type Amen to get blessing 606. Recently, one neighbor went to a place to get information on your background. What they found terrified them. Because instead of finding dirt, they discovered light. They saw a record of favor, of divine covering, of things you went through and overcame. They saw your storms. And that knowledge shifted their tone completely. That's when one of them started distancing themselves. Because what they saw convicted them. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Now there's tension among them. The group that once united to gossip about you is fracturing. One of them no longer wants to be involved. They saw something they shouldn't have. Something that proved you are not to be touched. An angel visited your street in the form of light one night. Someone caught it on their home security camera. But they deleted it quickly, scared of what it meant. It meant protection. And warning. Type Amen to get blessing 747. Archangel Michael says, soon one of them will confess. Their heart is heavy. Their sleep is troubled. They've been hearing a voice. Not a human one. A spiritual one that keeps repeating, leave that one alone. They'll try to act normal around you. But look closely. Their hands may shake. Their eyes won't meet yours. Type Amen to get blessing 232. You're not who they thought you were. You're more. They misjudged you based on the calmness you walk in. But what they didn't see is the fire inside you. A fire that only divine beings understand. That's why you're still standing. Heaven has put a mirror in front of them. And they can now see themselves clearly. Type Amen to get blessing 131. Someone among them had plans to report something false about you to a local authority. But their own paperwork got flagged instead. They wanted to bind you in red tape, but now they're the ones caught up in documents and delays. A full reversal. This is how divine justice works. Slowly, then all at once. And it's happening now. Type Amen to get blessing 929. Your name will be spoken soon in a different way. Not as gossip, but as a warning to others, don't mess with that one. They are protected. This protection is not just for you, it's generational. Your children and your legacy are also being wrapped in this barrier. Every bad prayer spoken about you has bounced back. That's why their homes are now filled with confusion. And yours? With clarity. Type Amen to get blessing 303. Their eyes once tried to drain you. But now, those eyes are being forced to look at their own brokenness. That's the cost of touching a chosen one. Someone even joked about your blessings, calling them luck. But now they are facing events in their life that prove otherwise. Because what they called luck is divine covenant. And divine covenant cannot be mocked. Type Amen to get blessing 144. One of them has stopped stepping out as often. They feel exposed. Because one small action they took has been brought to light. You may not even know exactly what it was, but heaven saw. A surveillance camera caught it. A neighbor who had no part in the gossip saw it and saved it. And it will soon come to your hands when you least expect it. Type Amen to get blessing 505. Archangel Michael says, your environment is shifting again. A clearing is taking place. The air will feel different. Even the birds and wind will seem to speak differently to you. That's the sign that spiritual activity has increased in your favor. No more eavesdropping. No more spiritual leaks. You're now sealed. Type Amen to get blessing 161. A new family will soon move into the neighborhood. They are being divinely assigned to live near you, not to spy, but to cover. They will carry light. Their spirit will resonate with yours. You'll feel it instantly. And when that happens, you'll know, the season of watching eyes is over. Type Amen to get blessing 363. One of the current neighbors is packing. Quietly. They won't tell anyone why. But you'll hear whispers about it. It's spiritual eviction. Heaven has shifted their energy so forcefully that staying near you has become unbearable for them. Don't rejoice in their downfall, just recognize your upgrade. Type Amen to get blessing 404. A gate was once spiritually opened near your home, by someone who didn't belong. But God has sealed it. The shadows will retreat. Your windows will shine brighter. The peace inside will no longer be disturbed. Even when they try to look again, they will see nothing but light. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Their plans were built on jealousy, gossip, and manipulation. But your life is built on purpose. That's why they failed. That's why they'll keep failing. No matter how many times they circle your house or ask around about you. You are not their level. You are not their prey. Type Amen to get blessing 121. The next blessing coming to your doorstep will be so large, it will confuse those who still monitor you. They'll ask, how did they get that? After all we tried? And they'll hear one word in their spirit, grace. Grace is what they cannot stop. Grace is what's driving them mad. Type Amen to get blessing 424. From this day forward, may you be hidden from every evil observer. May their eyes grow heavy, and their hearts be convicted. They had a chance to be kind. But they chose curiosity soaked in jealousy. Now they must watch you rise. But they'll no longer be able to stop you. Type Amen to get blessing 787. You will sleep tonight with new peace. No more strange dreams. No more heaviness from outside energy. The angels are now stationed around your walls. One at every corner. Their swords drawn. You are sealed. You are safe. You are seen by heaven. Not by them. Type Amen to get blessing 303. They can no longer decode your movements, no matter how hard they try. The spiritual veil around you is now triple layered, nothing they plan can penetrate it. Every glance full of envy will hit a wall of light. Even when they whisper about you now, their voices lose clarity. Their minds become scrambled, forgetting the details they used to recall so easily. That's how heaven scrambles the language of those who plot in secret. One of them tried to record your conversation. But the recording turned into static. That wasn't an error. That was interference from divine protection. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Their group chat used to light up with messages about you. Laughter, exaggerations, fake stories, all typed out as if no one was watching. But now, screenshots are being taken by someone on your side. A silent betrayal is happening within their own circle. Someone who was once part of their game has switched sides. They now regret ever joining that mess. That person will soon send you a message. Maybe through someone else. But you'll feel the shift. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You will begin to notice the silence more. That's not emptiness, it's the absence of attack. You've entered a realm of peace not known to many. The enemy's attempts have not only failed, they've cost them their time, their energy, their trust among each other. It's all falling apart. Because when someone messes with the chosen, everything they built on falsehood collapses. Someone's business is suffering now. Quietly. And they think it's because of you. But it's not. It's because of what they did to you. Type Amen to get blessing 818. Archangel Michael says, your presence is now purified. Even when they try to look into your home spiritually, all they see is fire and smoke. The angelic guard around you is not symbolic, it's real. They tried to enter your space through questions. Where do they work? What are they into lately? They tried to gather crumbs and build a story. But the crumbs turned into coals. And now, every attempt to probe into your life burns their conscience. They're retreating, not because they want to, but because they must. Type Amen to get blessing 414. One neighbor is experiencing a strange string of losses. Appliances breaking. Sudden illness. Miscommunication in their home. These are spiritual consequences. They opened a gate they should never have opened. They stepped beyond the boundary line marked by angels. And now, they're feeling the pressure of heaven's reaction. Don't be surprised if one of them moves out sooner than expected. That won't be your doing, that's divine clearing. God is sweeping the area around you clean. Type Amen to get blessing 232. Your address has now become a no-entry zone for spiritual intruders. Even those who once felt bold enough to confront you now avoid your path. They may smile from across the road, but their hearts are racing. Because the moment they cross your energetic threshold, they feel exposed. What used to be their playground is now your protected palace. Type Amen to get blessing 616. The seeds of gossip they planted have grown into weeds choking their own lives. They're tangled now in the same lies they once told about you. One is afraid their secret will leak. Because they know, if the attention turns on them, they won't survive the exposure. That fear is already causing insomnia. They walk by your home with their heads down now. They sense the shift. They know you are no longer touchable. Type Amen to get blessing 171. Even the birds that land near your window carry a peace not found anywhere else. Your home is now a sanctuary. An invisible wall stands tall between you and every jealous intention. Archangel Michael says, it will remain that way until every plan formed against you is dissolved completely. That time is closer than you think. The sky above your home has become brighter. The energy in your rooms lighter. Your dreams clearer. This is not just protection. It's promotion. Type Amen to get blessing 454. What they meant for harm has now turned into your elevation. You are being honored quietly first, then publicly. There will come a time soon when someone in the neighborhood will be publicly corrected for what they said about you. Whether in a meeting, a forum, or a digital space, truth will burst through. You won't have to say a word. Your life will speak for itself. And when it does, their mouths will close. Type Amen to get blessing 232. A local official or person in position of influence has recently heard your name. But not in a negative way. Heaven arranged for someone to speak well of you. That single moment shifted your placement. You're no longer seen as an ordinary resident. You're recognized, spiritually and physically. Someone even felt a pull to reach out to you soon. Wait for that knock. It's not danger, it's destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 909. Your mailbox is about to receive something unexpected. Something that validates you. Something that proves heaven's hand is over your house. While others are still trying to dig into your past, God is writing your future. One you never expected, but always deserved. And your neighbors? They'll watch from a distance. Unable to block. Unable to stop. Type Amen to get blessing 717. They once tried to make you the villain in their story. But now, they are living the consequences of their own lies. Even if they try to start over, the divine record is active. Everything they did, said, and planned was recorded by unseen forces. And now, repayment has begun. Type Amen to get blessing 848. Don't fear who still watches. Don't fear who still gossips. They are under judgment, not by your hand, but by divine order. The ones who cursed you in their minds are now blessing you with their silence. That is a different kind of respect. A respect heaven enforced. Type Amen to get blessing 656. Prepare for the next spiritual upgrade. You are about to be moved, either in location, position, or favor. Even your presence will carry new weight. When you walk by, those same neighbors will turn away, not because they hate you, but because they feel exposed by you. Your light is unbearable to those who refuse to deal with their own darkness. Type Amen to get blessing 919. Something you lost long ago, peace, a friend, a sense of safety, will return now. Fully. Without delay. The angels assigned to you are no longer watching quietly. They are moving things in your favor, even if you can't see it yet.